All right, so today, let's take a deep dive into something I think we all deal with, and that's data,
Data?
and specifically data quality frameworks.
Okay.
So, we've all got data coming at us from every direction,
Yeah.
and we need to make good decisions with that data.
Right.
But what happens when that data is, a little bit messy?
Yeah.
That's where these data quality frameworks, or DQFs, come in, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of like our set of blueprints for cleaning and organizing and making sure our data is really working for us.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
And it's more than just like fixing errors or typos, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really about creating a culture
Yeah.
where everyone in an organization understands that good data is essential.
Right.
And they're actively contributing to maintaining that.
Yeah, it's like having good data hygiene.
Okay.
And just like good hygiene keeps us healthy, well, good data hygiene keeps our organizations healthy. It helps us make good decisions, optimize processes, and even improve customer relationships.
I like that. So data hygiene is super important.
Yeah.
So how do we achieve this?
Mm.
What are those core components of a data quality framework that really make this magic happen?
Well, it's interesting. There are 3 key components that make up the foundation of any effective DQF. We start with data quality dimensions, which define really what we mean by good data.
Okay.
Then we move on to data governance,
Okay.
and that's all about establishing rules and responsibilities for managing that data.
Okay.
And then finally, we have data quality processes,
Right.
which are the specific actions we take to ensure that our data meets those quality standards.
So it's define, govern, process. It's like our three-pronged attack.
You got it. Think of it as like a recipe for success in the world of data. Each ingredient plays a vital role in ensuring the final dish, or in this case, your data, is of the highest quality.
Okay. So I like that analogy.
Yeah.
We're going to keep that analogy going.
Yeah.
So let's unpack it a little bit, starting with those data quality dimensions.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? What are those?
Think of data quality dimensions as a checklist for evaluating your data's health.
Okay.
It ensures that your data is truly reliable and usable for any purpose you might have.
So what's on that checklist? Give us a peek.
Okay, well, there are several key dimensions.
Yeah.
And each one plays a crucial role. First up is accuracy.
Okay.
So, is your data a true reflection of reality? Inaccurate data, like a wrong address in your customer database, can lead to wasted resources and missed opportunities.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like showing up at the wrong party,
Exactly.
all dressed up with nowhere to go.
That's a good one.
So what else? What else is on this checklist besides accuracy?
Well, next we have completeness.
Okay.
Think of a puzzle with some pieces missing. You can't see the full picture. Incomplete data can lead to biased analyses and flawed decisions.
It's like trying to make a recipe without all of the ingredients.
Yeah, exactly.
You might end up with something, but it won't be what you intended.
Exactly.
So accuracy, completeness. I'm taking notes here.
Okay, good.
What's next?
Next is consistency. You want your data to be uniform and standardized, whether it's using the same date formats or consistent units of measurement across your data sets.
Okay.
Imagine the chaos if your sales team uses feet for measurement while your manufacturing team used meters.
Yeah, that'd be a disaster.
Yeah.
That recipe would not come out well.
Not at all, not at all.
Okay, so consistent data formats are key.
Yeah.
What else do we need to worry about?
Well, validity is another crucial one.
Okay.
It's all about ensuring your data conforms to predefined rules or formats.
Okay.
For example, if you have a field for phone numbers, you'd want to make sure all entries are actually valid phone numbers and not just random strings of characters.
It's like trying to fit square blocks into round holes.
Exactly.
The data just won't work if it's not the right format.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got accuracy, completeness, consistency, validity. That's 4.
We've got a couple more.
Okay, lay 'em on me.
We also need to consider data integrity and uniqueness. Data integrity ensures that your data hasn't been tampered with or corrupted. Think of it as a security seal guaranteeing that your data is trustworthy and reliable.
Okay, so it's like knowing that the recipe you're following hasn't been altered
Yes.
or sabotaged.
Exactly.
Okay. And what about uniqueness?
Uniqueness ensures that you don't have duplicate records cluttering up your database.
Okay.
Duplicate data leads to redundancy, inflates your data volume, and can even skew your analysis.
It's like adding the same ingredient twice to the recipe.
Exactly.
It might not ruin the dish, but it's not ideal.
Just got it.
Okay, so we've got accuracy, completeness, consistency, validity, integrity, and uniqueness.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? I feel like we're missing something.
You're good. We've got one more.
Okay.
Last but not least is timeliness.
Okay.
Is your data up to date and relevant to the decisions you're trying to make? Using outdated data is like trying to navigate with an old map.
Okay.
You might end up getting lost or miss crucial landmarks.
Yeah. So timely data is essential for navigating our constantly changing world.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got all these data quality dimensions, these essential ingredients for healthy data.
Yes.
What's next on our DQF journey?
Well, now that we know what constitutes good data, we need to establish a system for managing and maintaining that quality.
Okay.
And that is where data governance comes into play.
Okay, so let's unpack that.
Okay.
What exactly is data governance, and why is it so important in a data quality framework?
Well, imagine you're running a restaurant.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just let anyone walk into the kitchen and start cooking, would you?
No.
You'd have rules, processes, and designated roles to ensure everything runs smoothly and the food meets certain standards.
Right.
That's exactly what data governance is.
Okay.
It's setting the rules of the kitchen for managing your data.
So it's about establishing some order and control in this wild world of data.
Precisely. Data governance ensures everyone in the organization understands their roles and responsibilities when it comes to data. It establishes clear processes for data handling, from how data is collected and stored to how it's accessed and used.
So it's really creating this culture of data responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not just about having pristine data sets.
You got it. You got it. It's a framework for accountability, ensuring everyone understands the importance of data quality and actively contributes to maintaining it.
Right.
It's about creating a system where data is treated as a valuable asset,
Yeah.
protected,
Right.
and used responsibly.
It's like having a head chef that sets the standards, makes sure everyone follows the recipe, and maintains the overall hygiene of the kitchen.
You got it.
All right, so we've got our data quality dimensions, our essential ingredients, and we've got our data governance, which is setting the rules of the kitchen.
Yes.
But how do we actually put this into practice? Like, how do we actually cook up quality data on a day-to-day basis?
That's where the data quality processes come into play. They are the specific actions and techniques we use to measure, monitor, and improve data quality.
So these are the steps in our data recipe.
Precisely.
Give me some examples.
One crucial process is data profiling.
Okay.
Think of it like examining your ingredients before you start cooking.
Okay.
You need to understand what your data looks like,
Okay.
identify any potential issues or inconsistencies, and get a clear picture of its overall quality.
So data profiling helps us spot those bad apples before they ruin the dish.
Precisely.
Okay. What else? What other processes are important?
Well, data cleansing is another essential step.
Okay.
This is where we wash and chop our data,
Okay.
removing any inaccuracies, inconsistencies, or duplicate entries.
All right. So that's really where we roll up our sleeves
Yeah.
and do the nitty-gritty work of getting our data into tip-top shape.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What else is involved in these data quality processes?
Well, data monitoring is crucial.
Okay.
Think of it like keeping a close eye on the oven while your dish is baking. We need to regularly check our data for any signs of trouble, track key quality metrics, and make sure things are running smoothly.
So it's not just a one-time fix.
No.
It's an ongoing.
Continuous.
We need to constantly be monitoring and maintaining data quality.
Exactly. Data quality is an ongoing process, not a one-and-done task.
Okay.
It requires vigilance and regular attention to ensure that our data remains a reliable and valuable asset.
Well, this is all incredibly insightful, but I think we need to pause here just a second, and we'll come back and we'll explore the specific tools and techniques that we can use to achieve data quality excellence.
Sounds good.
So stay with us.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about those data quality processes.
Yes.
You know, those actions that we take to make sure that our data is really top-notch.
Right. And just like any good chef has their favorite tools and techniques, we have a whole arsenal at our disposal when it comes to data quality.
Okay, I'm picturing like those fancy gadgets you see on cooking shows.
What kind of data tools are we talking about here?
Oh, we got some pretty impressive ones. There's a whole category called data quality tools.
Okay.
And they're designed to make those processes that we talked about.
Right.
The profiling, the cleansing, the monitoring, way more efficient.
So they're like our sous chefs in the data kitchen,
Yeah.
helping us handle all the prep work and keep things running smoothly.
Yeah, think of data profiling tools as our magnifying glasses.
Okay.
They help us zoom in and get a detailed view of our data landscape.
Uh,
Are there missing values, inconsistent formats, outliers that need investigating? These tools flag those issues for us.
So it's so much better than like manually sifting through mountains of data.
Oh, way better.
What about actually fixing those issues? What's in our toolkit for that?
That's where data cleansing tools come in.
Okay.
They're like our all-purpose cleaning agents, helping us scrub away those inconsistencies and errors.
Okay.
They can standardize formats, correct typos, and even remove duplicate records.
So it's like having a little robot that does all the tedious data housework for us.
Exactly.
I want one of those.
Right. And then we have data monitoring tools.
Okay.
Think of them as our smoke detectors.
Okay.
They keep a watchful eye on our data, tracking key quality metrics over time, and alerting us to any potential problems before they become major fires.
Oh, that's essential. Catching those issues early on can save so many headaches down the road.
Absolutely.
Are there any other tools that can help us maintain this kind of constant data vigilance?
We have some really helpful visual aids as well.
Okay.
Data quality dashboards, for example,
Yeah.
are like the control panels in a spaceship.
Okay.
They provide a real-time overview of our data's health,
Okay.
using charts, graphs, and key metrics to paint a clear picture of how we're doing.
So we can see at a glance if our data is on course or if we need to make some adjustments.
Precisely. And to help us assess our overall data maturity, we have data quality maturity models. Think of these as progress reports that show us how far we've come and where we still have room to grow in our data management journey.
So it's like a grading system for our data practices.
Yeah.
Always striving for that A+ in data quality.
Exactly. And as our organization evolves, so too should our data management practices.
Right.
These maturity models guide us toward continuous improvement.
Okay, so we've covered so much here.
We have.
From those essential data quality dimensions and the importance of data governance to these powerful processes and tools that we can use to really achieve data excellence.
Right.
But I think it's time to zoom out for a minute.
Okay.
Why does all of this even matter? What's the real-world impact of having high-quality data?
This is where things get really interesting. Good data quality isn't just a technical concept.
Sure.
It's a fundamental driver of success for any organization.
Okay.
It impacts everything from our ability to make informed decisions to how efficiently we operate and how well we serve our customers.
So it's not just about having neat and tidy data sets. It's about achieving tangible business outcomes.
Absolutely. When we have accurate, reliable data, we can make smarter decisions about product development, marketing campaigns, financial investments, you name it.
Right. So it's like having this clear roadmap
Yeah.
that guides us towards our business goals, helps us navigate these complexities of the market,
Absolutely.
and make the most strategic moves.
Exactly. And the benefits go far beyond decision-making. Good data quality can help us optimize our operations, streamline processes, and eliminate waste. It can also help us improve compliance with regulatory requirements,
Okay.
reducing the risk of fines and penalties.
So it's a win-win
It is.
across the board.
Yeah.
Better decisions, improved efficiency, reduced risks,
Yep.
and even happier customers.
Speaking of customers,
Yeah.
that's another area where data quality really shines. When we have accurate, up-to-date information about our customers, we can understand their needs, personalize their experiences,
Right.
and provide exceptional service.
It's like having this secret weapon for building customer loyalty,
Yeah.
showing them that we truly understand and value their business by using data responsibly.
Precisely. In a world where data is increasingly valuable, good data quality is no longer a nice to have.
Right.
It's a strategic imperative for any organization that wants to thrive.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into data quality frameworks.
It has been.
We've explored the key components, the processes involved, the tools that help us achieve excellence, and the far-reaching impact of good data quality.
Yes.
But
Yes.
before we move on to our final thoughts, I think we need to just pause here for a second and let all this information sink in.
Sounds good.
When we come back, we'll explore how these principles can be applied beyond the corporate world, even impacting our everyday lives. So stay with us. Welcome back. We've been talking about these data quality frameworks and how organizations can use them to really wrangle their data and make it work for them. But before we wrap up, I'm curious, how can someone listening to this, maybe they're not leading a data team at some big company, how can they apply these principles to their own lives?
That's a great question, and it really highlights something important. These concepts aren't just for, tech giants or data scientists. The principles behind data quality frameworks can really be applied to all sorts of information that we encounter every day.
So it's about thinking more critically about any data that we come across, not just, massive corporate data sets.
Exactly. Let's take personal finance, for example. Imagine you're trying to create a budget that relies on having accurate and complete data about your income and your expenses.
Right. If your bank statements are riddled with errors or you're missing records of some transactions, your budget's not going to be very useful.
Exactly. It's like trying to bake a cake with the wrong measurements.
Right.
You're not going to get the results you want.
Yeah. You're going to have a bad cake.
Yeah.
So applying data quality principles here might mean being really diligent about tracking your spending.
Yes.
Reconciling your accounts regularly.
Absolutely.
And just making sure that your financial records are complete and accurate.
Yeah. So even on a personal level, it's about establishing those good data hygiene habits.
I like that.
Yeah.
Are there any other areas where these principles come into play in our everyday lives?
Think about your health records.
Okay.
Accuracy and completeness are critical there.
Yeah.
Imagine the consequences if a doctor had outdated information or a lab result went missing.
Yeah, that could be a real problem.
Absolutely.
That could lead to misdiagnoses, incorrect treatments. It really highlights how important data quality is, even outside of a business context.
Yeah, for sure. And even when you're consuming news or scrolling through social media, these principles can help you be a more discerning consumer of information.
So it's about questioning the source, being aware of potential biases.
Absolutely.
Not just blindly accepting whatever data is presented to us.
Precisely. We live in an age of information overload.
Yeah.
And developing this kind of data literacy is becoming so important.
Yeah.
It's about being able to assess the quality of information and make more informed judgments.
It's like having a built-in BS detector
Exactly.
for the data that we encounter in our daily lives.
Yeah, I love that. And honestly, once you start thinking about these concepts, you start seeing data quality issues everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
It becomes a lens through which you can view the world, helping you make better decisions and navigate the constant flow of information.
This has been a fantastic deep dive.
It has.
We went from defining data quality frameworks and, their role in organizations to exploring how these same principles can help us be more savvy consumers of information in our own lives.
Absolutely.
And I think the key takeaway here is that data quality matters.
It does.
Whether you're running some multinational corporation or just trying to, make sense of your own personal finances.
It's about treating data with respect.
Yeah.
Understanding its power and using it to make informed decisions.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of data quality frameworks.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights that you can apply to your own lives. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep the data flowing.